With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series hits the track once again for the Virginia's For Lovers 150 right here from Richmond Raceway. Gonna be one heck of a show here tonight. Qualifying already underway, 2 minutes into this 10-minute qualifying session. How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land, race fans? Glad you could all join us once again here on the excuse me, my goodness, here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. As always, Darkside Dave in the cave bringing you all the calls from the trackside here tonight. Looks like drivers actually creeping in on meeting or matching their happy hour quick time, going to Coolidge Fenmore with a 21:72 in happy hour right now. Your provisional pole sitter will go ahead, throw that information up for you right there, left hand side of your screen. There you can see the two of Chris Dean. Quick time right now, 21:78 for Dean. Gonna have that provisional pole as we've got 32 drivers here tonight scheduled for round number 4 here this season in the Cyber Thunder Racing League's Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. Multiple drivers still yet to put down their qualifying attempts. Looks like, let's see who we still have left. Bradley Beeman, Brian Dorsey, as well as Paul Turner, Jay Morris, Brett Edwards, Cole Gray, Zach Shahalis yet to go out on track. Robert Gregory, Tyler Beeman, Coolidge Fenmore, last week's race winner, he's yet to hit the track. Tom Richter, as well as Frank DiMaggio, all of those drivers still yet to go here in qualifying. Still just a little over halfway left on the time for these drivers to go out there and try to put in their quickest time, see if they can't snatch that pole away here tonight in the Virginia's For Lovers 150. Right at the 4-minute mark, so I'd tell you what, while the track is a little bit calm, not a lot of action out there, gonna knock off some of the graphics here for you real quick, run down some of your official business coming into tonight's race. As we've already said, 3 races in the books this season. This is race number 4, the Virginia's For Lovers 150. Your championship standings look a little something like this. Just a shy little points lead for Fenmore over DiMaggio. Both of those drivers already visiting victory lane once apiece this season. Justin Groves right there in third. Chris Wold with a great run so far this season for Underdog Racing. There you can see Chris right at about, I believe that's 29 points out of the top spot here coming into race number 4. Chris Dean gonna round out your top 5. Your other race winner so far this season, Randy McCanny, you can look and find him. He's a little bit down through your top 10 coming into tonight's race, and for some reason it looks like maybe McCanny's not even showing up on the charts here. Randy should be sitting right around that 10th position. Wonder what happened with that. We'll have to talk to the tech people, see if they can't get that sorted out, fixed up by the time we get back to the track next week. Nonetheless, just over halfway here in this 10-minute qualifying session and going top of the speed charts once again. Coolidge Fenmore puts his one machine in that provisional pole spot, and he was very close to his fastest time in happy hour, 21:72 in happy hour, 21:74 quick time for Fenmore. Tom Richter and his 34 machine out there putting down his second time lap. Richter sitting 9th on the speed charts right now. Can he improve on his second time lap? Looks like the 14 of Craig Bell going to begin to roll off of pit road and get up to speed. We've got 22 drivers already slotted in on the scoring chart so far here tonight, so multiple drivers going out there trying to lay it down, trying to get to the top of the speed charts. Crank Bell just now beginning his chance at walking away with some points here in qualifying. So why don't we jump out there on track, take a look, take a ride with this 14. Bell goes 11th on the speed charts with his first time lap, 21.98. That is just about 24 tenths, right about 3/10 of a second off of that pole position. Again, he get the job done, working his way. Oh, gets loose off of 4. That's going to trash the lap. Bell not going to have a shot at the pole after all, so we'll jump back high above. Once again, nobody else out there on the track right now. Looks like we do have everybody that's going to attempt to qualify already has their qualifying time in. So with that being said, race fans, we're going to break away for just a brief commercial break before we get set to head down trackside for the national anthem. So don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Jets flying over, bells ringing in the background. You know what time it is, race fans. It's time to run down tonight's starting lineup for the Virginia's For Lovers 150 right here in the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. Taking the pole position, top spot inside row number 1, Coleridge Fenmore. Lining up just to his outside, driver taking that outside pole position, the 2 of Chris Dean. Row number 2 here tonight, Evan Coleman, followed by Bryson Clark. Chris Wold gonna round out your top 5, while John Dykeman puts his 41 machine right there in that 6th starting position. Rolling off the grid here inside row number 4, the 12 of Mike Grandy, followed by the 42 of Kyle Jett. Inside row number 5, the 34 of Tom Richter, followed by the 27 of Jay Morris. Row number 6 here tonight, Craig Bell and Brett Edwards. Row number 7, Chris Daniel and Jeff Sharp. The 28 of Bill Jett going to line up in that 15th starting spot. 16th, Cole Gray. There you can see Bob Rogerson, Eric Anderson making up row number 9. Row 10 here tonight, David Rogerson and Dave Gain 4th. Dalton Carter and Jerry Isaacs back in row number 11. Row 12, Eric Moyer and Frank DiMaggio. Row number 13 here tonight, the 4 of Paul Turner gonna start in that 25th spot, while Brian Dorsey starts just to his outside. The 99 of Justin Gross gonna slot in the 27th starting position, while Zach Shahalis gonna line up 28th. Back in the 15th row, the 89 of Patrick Stein, followed by Tyler Beeman. Bradley Beeman gonna slot in that 31st starting position, while Mark Schrader gonna line up just to his outside, and Robert Gregory will round out the field for tonight's starting lineup in the Virginia's For Lovers 150 Chevy Silverado Pace Truck. Makes its final round the track and down pit road. We're set to fire things off for the first time here tonight. Field makes its way off of turn 4. Fenimore leads him to the green flag once again here for the Cyber Thunder Racing League's Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. Looks like everybody gets up through the gears fairly easy. A lot of drivers still side by side. There you can see that 48 just to the inside trying to make up some ground. Oh my goodness. Evan Coleman right there trying to make up some ground. Coleman listed as the 98, looking like a 48 on the side of that machine. We'll just go ahead and look over that. John Dykeman sitting right there in 5th. 2-3 wide back through the pack. Tom Richter already making his way inside the top 10, running in the 9th position. Cars getting a little single file. Whoa, driver big time. Kyle Jett having some struggles off of turn 4. He gets sideways, loses a few spots, but gets that 42 pointed back in the right direction. Jett gonna drop from the top 5 all the way now back to battling to stay in the 8th position. Tom Richter and his Cheerios Hamburger Helper Chevy ZL1 Camaro slotted in just behind him. Quick time on the speedway last time by for the driver in the 2nd position. Chris Dean gonna run a 21.93. More battles on the speedway. We'll take a look back here with the 37 of David Rogerson as he's trying to make up some ground on Bob Rogerson. Cole Gray slotted in just behind him. We stay green flag racing for the first 5 laps out of the 150 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. Drivers still out there laying it all on the line very early here tonight. A lot of things can happen. We've seen a lot of drivers struggling with loose off here earlier in happy hour. We'll continue to watch as these drivers try to navigate their way through this very long race at this very competitive and quick short track. Very tough on the braking. Car can get a little bit sideways on you as we watch the 3 of Cole Gray try to make up some ground and make his way back up through the field. Gray losing 2 spots on the start of tonight's race. Now sitting back in the 18th position. We'll go a little bit further back up through the field, though. Gather ourselves right back around that top 10. There you can see just in front of these drivers, Chris Daniel, Jeff Sharp, Brett Edwards, all lined up as that 88 of Daniel struggles to try to get himself back in line. Dave Gainforth going to make up some time. He's going to pick a position up from Dalton Carter. That's for 22nd. Frank DiMaggio also moving up through the field. He's going to pick up 29th from Tyler Beeman. Cole Gray now makes that spot up, put Gray into the 17th position. Back at the front of the field, gonna go back up here with your race leader. Coolidge Fenimore continues to lead all 9 laps so far here tonight as they make their way into 3 and now back off of turn 4, heading their way back to the front stretch. Gonna start lap number 10 out of 150 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. We do have one attempt at a green-white checkered should we need it, but we're still a long ways off from needing to look into that. These drivers looking to lay down some laps here, and it does indeed look like a lot of this field already beginning to get single file, so a very long train of cars already making their way around this speedway from first all the way back to 33rd with Zach Shahalis, who has lost 5 spots from where he started tonight's race. You've got about a 14-second gap between your front runner and your back marker of Shahalis right now, so right at that point where we're going to start seeing, I would say in the next 5 to 10 laps, we should see some of these front runners begin to work their way into some lap traffic. Brett Edwards making a pass back here. Edwards picking up a spot on Crank Bell. Now Jeff Sharp in the 19. He's going to look to make up some ground utilizing that high side. And check out that 28 of Bill Jett. Man, I tell you what, that is a sharp looking Havoline ride here this week. There you can see it's flashing by your screen. Look at that thing up there. Man, that thing is pretty. A little bit of rear end damage on the backside. There you can see one of the drivers maybe not able to get onto the brakes fast enough. And right into the back end. Rear bumper a little bit torn up, but still nonetheless aerodynamics not necessarily too huge here at this short track, Richmond Raceway. And if you haven't been to Richmond, it has got to be on your top 5 must go to NASCAR tracks. I promise you, you'll thank me later. Let's see where your closest battle is. Gonna jump back to the battle for the top spot. Drivers 1 and 2. 1 and 2 on the track. Finmore, Dean, still nose to tail, crossing the line to begin lap number 16. Here tonight in the Virginia's 4 Lovers 150. In race number 4 for the Wheels 4 Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. Do want to take a moment of our time. No, it's still very early here tonight, but do want to take a moment and shout out our title sponsor here this season, the Wheels 4 Warriors USA. If you haven't had a chance to check them out, you can do so right down in the description. There's a link, take you right over there to their webpage. Wheels 4 Warriors mission, it's a veteran organization helping honorably discharged veterans as well. They basically try to get at-risk veterans that need a little guidance, maybe need another shoulder, another brother to come back into their lives, give them a sense of purpose, a sense of commitment, brotherhood, if you will. And what better way to do that than to get them right there involved with some motorcycles? Very therapeutic. It's been nationally recognized as a therapeutic notion. Anybody that has ridden, you know what I'm talking about. Once you get on your bike, it's like freedom like no other, and to belong with some guys that you can hang out with, get on the bike, take some rides with. Man, I tell you what, it's like a whole nother group. It's a whole brotherhood all to its own. And each day, an estimated 22 veterans take their own lives. So many of our veterans leave the service and don't have the effective support system and things of that nature, and the camaraderie that they used to have is kind of missing. And that's what Wheels 4 Warriors USA tries to come in and tries to help out with. Wheels 4 Warriors USA, helping vets 2 wheels at a time. And there you can see, race fans, we said it just a little bit ago. We said that we were going to see your front runners begin to close in on those back markers begin to close in on some lap traffic. And there you can see Mark Schrader struggling for some pace here tonight, sitting back in the 33rd position. He is just a handful of seconds away from battling to keep himself on the lead lap, sitting right now back about 21 seconds behind your race leader. So in desperate need of a way to kind of close up the field here tonight. Does indeed look like he is struggling just a little bit. Chris Dean starting to struggle a little bit. Not able to make his way by and make his way through the back marker there as easily as Finmore was able to. And he's going to lose a ton of ground here on your race leader. That gap now knocking on the door of 1 second. So starting to step away. Finally right around the lap 26 mark. The one of Finmore begins to scoot his way away and try to pick up a little bit more of a gap between himself and your second place runner, the two of Chris Dean. We're going to jump back to a battle just outside of your top 10. You can check this out. Chris Wold, Jay Morris, they're going at it on track. Got a couple of drivers all lined up nose to tail. Back behind them, Brett Edwards, Jeff Sharp, and Bill Jett lined up 11th, 12th, and 13th on the speedway. Whoa, big moment there for that 27 of Isaac Morris, getting a little bit sideways there. You can see more drivers battling all over this field as the camera guys trying to figure out which battle they want to keep it with here. We continue this green flag run here. All 28 laps on the board so far here tonight have been under green flag conditions as we continue to watch Bill Jett, Brett Edwards, Bob Rogerson, Cole Gray all battle for a spot on the track. More drivers dive bombing it down in there into turn number 3. There you can see the 88 of Chris Daniel. He's going to take a spot away. That's for the 18th position. Eric Moyer going to drop back to 19th. Small battles all over this speedway. There you see a long little train of cars. That's from about 14th on back, all lined up nose to tail. We'll take a look at this battle that continues to rage on. Bill Jett looking for another spot. He's going to take the 12th spot away from Edwards. The 52 of Edwards going to fall back into the clutches of Bob Rogerson, as well as Cole Gray. Justin Gross sitting right there as well. Gross up 11 positions from where he started tonight's race. So biggest mover of the race so far goes to that man right there on your screen, the 99 of Justin Gross, sporting the Virginia is for Lovers sponsorship here tonight on his Chevy ZL1 Camaro in the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. And as we reach the 33 lap mark here tonight, looks like Patrick Stein, he's going to go ahead and come to pit road. Looks like Stein may have had a little bit of trouble. But Stein off of the outside wall, and he's going to go ahead and pull it right down to pit lane. But we should see those scheduled green flag pit stops beginning to take place, I would say, here in the next and driver with some trouble on the backstretch. Not sure who that was. That may have been Robert Gregory, possibly Zach Shahalis, maybe. We're not seeing who that was. Looks like they were able to keep it corrected and keep it out of that inside wall, but oh my goodness, that was pretty close. Look at this massive run of cars right here. 5, 6, 7 drivers all packed up with each other on this 3/4 of a mile track. And I know what you're thinking. You know, it looks pretty good out there. It's pretty wide, but these drivers, when you lay the power down coming out of the corners, we've seen it catch out multiple cars already here tonight. The car likes to step out just a little bit. And as well as on the entry to the corners, you get locked up, you hit that brake a little bit too hard, get to wheel hopping into turn number 1 or even into turn 3, and it is going to be a bad day as we've got 3 wide heading to turn number 1. Oh, looks like everybody's able to make their way through. Crank Bell going to bring himself to pit road. Yellow flag, caution for the first time here tonight. Let's take a look, see how it all went down. And there you see the caution flag already coming out. We'll take a look back one more time, see if we can't see how it all happened. Not really seeing much of anything going on here. And there you can see back in the background. Let's see if we can't find that one more time here. Oh, and it looks like David Gainforth may have been involved in this one. So now that we kind of got a little idea of that, looks like it's none worse for the wear for multiple drivers out there tonight. So we will rejoin the field once again back live as everybody gonna go ahead and head to pit road. Well, we're gonna go ahead and head to a commercial break, so don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back with all your green flag action right here from Richmond Raceway, live on the Turn 3 Racing Network.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker, the future is feeling.
Backtrack side as promised. Field ready to go back. Green flag racing. Chevy Silverado pace truck down and away. Finmore leads Dean back to the restart box. Green flag flies. Once again, drivers up through the gear. Good run there by Dean on the outside. He's going to challenge to try to take that top spot away, and gonna do so. Look at the power move on the outside. The two of Dean takes that top spot away for the first time here tonight. New race leader, the two of Chris Dean. All nose to tail lined up just behind him. Drivers hot and heavy on the gas right now, battling for all the spots that they can get on this restart. Bryson Clark now inside the top three. That's 73, looking pretty sweet right now, rounding out those podium spots. Evan Coleman, Kyle Jett round out your top five. Looks like your top 10 all lined up nose to tail is Eric Anderson. He's had some trouble. Anderson into the outside wall and down the bottom of the track. Tough break for Anderson. Things beginning to get a little bit sorted out at the front, so we'll jump back here to some more drivers battling on the track. Looks like Jerry Isaacs makes up a spot on Eric Anderson. David Rogerson also making up some spots on the track. He'll take 17th away from Bob Rogerson. Drivers all nose to tail still here very early after our first restart for the first caution of tonight's race back at about lap number 40 or so. Looks like every driver came down to pit road back on lap number 37. So all these drivers hitting the reset button just a little bit. They're going to relay some things to their crew chief. Hopefully they got the changes they needed to try to move themselves back up towards the front of this field. See if anybody can battle with Dean and Finmore. They have been the class of the field so far here tonight as we close in on a third of the way through tonight's race. Big little bobble back here through the back of the field. There you can see Bob Rogerson having some trouble. Frank DiMaggio looking to his outside. DiMaggio will take the last spot in the top 20 away from Bob Rogerson. So now that 95 slowly but surely beginning to make his way up through the field. There you can see the 101 of David Gainforth lined up just behind DiMaggio. Rogerson in front of him. Gainforth sitting in the 22nd position right now. Let's see if we've got some more battles on the speedway. We do indeed, and let's jump right here. There you can see Frank DiMaggio looking to take a spot away from Brian Dorsey. Cole Gray, David Rogerson, Eric Moyer lined up with each other, all nose to tail right here on the screen. The 5 of Moyer goes flashing by. There you can see that 3 of Cole Gray. He is slowly trying to make his way up through the field, and it looks like that caution set him back just a little bit, lost a little bit of ground down on the pit road. So Greg trying to recover a little bit of what he lost, sitting 2 spots behind where he started tonight's race back in the 18th position now. Let's see if we can't jump back up to the battle for the top spot, because it has gotten hot and heavy once again. Oh, big time! Loose off of 4. Dean almost goes around. That's going to open the door for Finmore into 1. Finmore digging on the bottom side by side through the center off of turn number 2. Everybody keeps it straight. No wiggles there. Down into turn 3. Still side by side. Battle for your top spot. Finmore going to edge him just a little bit on the bottom, but keeping the power down on the high side. Out there, Chris Dean, high side hustling here at Richmond Raceway. Finmore a little loose down there on the bottom of the track. He's going to lose a little bit of ground, but still these two drivers continue this side-by-side battle for the top spot, and it does look like that high side is prevailing just a little bit here for Dean. Doesn't look like he's struggling very much to keep Finmore behind him. They'll go 3 wide for a brief moment, and that's going to give Finmore the advantage down on the inside lane. New race leader back to the front once again, the one of Courage Finmore. Gonna jump around the track just a little bit, see if we can bring you a little bit more of all the hot and heavy action that's all over this short track here at Richmond Raceway. Crazy battles all over the track. There you can see the 9 of Brian Dorsey. He's got David Rogerson and Bob Rogerson lined up just behind him. Tyler Beeman back there running in the 22nd spot, up 8 positions from where he started tonight's race. So Beeman putting his Ford Mustang on the right course, heading in the right direction as we jump up inside the battle for a spot inside the top 10. Bill Jett, John Dykeman, Jeff Sharp, all battling for a spot on the track. More drivers battling just behind him. There you can see Chris Daniel in his 88 machine, the Coors Light Chevy ZL1 Camaro, looking pretty sweet here tonight as well. Drivers out there sporting some really good looking paint on the cars here tonight. Not sure if they all got together over the course of this past week, but there's some sharp looking rides out there tonight. Looks like David Gainforth had a little bit of a moment there last time by. Gainforth struggling a little bit here tonight, sitting back in the 25th positions, down 5 spots from where he started tonight's race. But a battle there, you can see Frank DiMaggio. He's looking to make up some more ground, sitting just outside of your top 15. He's going to be battling here very shortly with Cole Gray and Justin Gross, who are just in front of him. There you can see Cole Gray down to the bottom, taking that spot away. Or that's actually a back marker. That's the back marker, the lap machine of Mark Schrader, staying to the high side, letting these lead lap cars fight it on out. And as we're about 15 laps away from the halfway point here tonight, gonna go ahead and run down some house cleaning for you here tonight. We started tonight's race with 33 drivers. We have still got 30 out there on the speedway. Scratch that, 29 drivers still out there on the speedway, with a ton of them still left on the lead lap. Looks like we've only got 4 drivers off of the lead lap, so all 28 drivers still out there running tonight are on the, or almost all, sorry about that, only 3 drivers being scored off the lead lap. Paul Turner, sitting in the 29th position, is the last driver on the lead lap as you continue to watch this battle unfold. Frank DiMaggio still not able to quite get that spot away from Cole Gray just yet, as you see the 4 of Paul Turner struggling on the outside. Turner down off of the lead lap. Gonna jump back up inside the top 10. There you can see battle still going on. Drivers getting loose off of turn number 2. That's gonna be a common theme here tonight. That's always a hot spot, is off of turn 2, and usually going into turn number 3, that can be a pretty busy place, especially later on in the race. And these drivers, oh my goodness, almost into that outside wall. The 24 of Zach Shahalis struggling to keep his Rolex Toyota Camry up to the high side and out of the way for these lead lap cars. We're now down to just 27 drivers left on the lead lap. There you can see Shahalis going way up the track once again. Paul Turner back down on the pit road. Looks like his night very well may be quite a headache here from this point on out. A little bit of contact with the outside wall, pancaking the right side, and Turner gonna go to pit road. There you can see Mark Schrader making his way back up to speed. Schrader being scored in the 32nd position. Down multiple laps here tonight as, oh my goodness, Chris rolled almost into the outside wall, sitting in the 7th position. And we are about 30 laps past where these drivers hit pit road last time, back on lap number 37. So lap number 67 on the board here, as we've got drivers diving to the inside, man. John Dykeman, he's going to take 2 for 1 that time by, but Chris Wold, he's going to power it down on the outside and try to keep that 7th spot for the time being. Looks like Dykeman is going to get at least one of those 2 spots that he attempted to snatch away. Dykeman taking away 8th from Bill Jett, the 28, falling back to 9th. And I tell you what, why don't we go ahead to some of the great racing action shots here tonight that we've got from Richmond International Raceway. There you can see on board right side camera shot for Chris Wold at 32, looking back on the field around him. Heck of a job right here so far. These drivers have been able to stay pretty clean and green all night long, and I tell you what now, man, that is knocking on the door of the top 5. Tom Richter in that 34, Cheerios Hamburger Helper, Chevy ZL1 Camaro. There you can see him looking nice and clean. No dents, no dings. Can the Pillsbury man get to the victory lane? We'll have to see if he can bake us a cake at the end of this one or not. Close battle going on right here, still underway between about 4 or 5 drivers. John Dykeman, Bill Jett, Jeff Sharp, Chris Wold, Brett Edwards, all lined up on the track right here, all running with each other. That's from about 7th all the way back to about 12th now on track, as there we can see Mike Grandy trying to make up some time, looking to the outside of Chris Daniel. Grandy going to take that spot away, see if he can't grab another one. There you can see Brett Edwards in the 52. He's lined up to the inside, and it does look like these drivers are able to utilize that high side to their advantage. When they're stacked up on the inside there, kind of know where to go, slow rolling, if you will. And drivers able to get back onto the gas just a little bit quicker on that outside lane and power their way around the outside. There you see the 24 Rolex machine. Oh my goodness, the Mountain Dew Cane Fuel Chevy ZL1 Camaro piloted by Chris Wold at 32. All sorts of loose out of turn 2. That's going to open up the door for Brett Edwards. Edwards puts his Camry to the bottom. He's going to take that spot as they enter turn 1. 3 wide back here for 10th spot on the track. Oh my goodness. They're going to sort that 3 wide scenario out here very quickly. Mike Grandy, Chris Wold, Frank DiMaggio all involved in that 3 wide little scenario for just a brief moment. They thought better of it as drivers now just past the halfway point here on the downhill side of things. Drivers still looking at the pit road window opening up here very shortly. Drivers have been out there on the track for right away. Oh, and Crank Bell with some trouble, and Bell goes around. Hard impact. Caution flag flies once again. We'll take a look back, see what happened with this. Scott's Customs 14. Bell comes off the corner, loops it just, doesn't quite loop it, but the tire's just a little bit too hot, and around he goes. See if we can't hear this. And there you could hear it right there. You could hear the tires begin to spin right there when that RPM really raised really fast. One more listen and look here from the cockpit. And that is just a tough break there for Bell. Bell not having a very good go at it so far here tonight, as we'll jump back up to the front of this field, as everybody does indeed look like they're going to go ahead and come down pit road. So we'll go ahead and take ourselves just another short commercial break. Gotta pay some bills. You know how all that goes, race fans. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
get them all done with. What amazing.
Race lead to the inside goes Logan Cloudman is going to touch in. Pit press sideways. What a save.
Looks to the outside as Cronkite goes off. De Jong into second place.
Going for the switchback. Oh, pinpoint driving.
It's howling down to the inside.
Trying this contact though. Slide left to the racetrack. Chris Leonard drives it back down underneath and he takes that second spot right back. Joker goes to Garrett Lowe.
Garrett Lowe should take victory with all that contact.
He's going to try and make the move around the upset the Parabolica. That's not going to work, but he's going to try and get the cut back here. Get the run out the Parabolica. That's beautifully done there. Makashiba, there's a little bit of door banging as well.
Growing up as a kid in Oklahoma, where I'm from, the Chili Bowl is the biggest race that we have. The Chili Bowl has kind of been my favorite race of the year. Growing up a dirt racer in Oklahoma, that's kind of the holy grail.
And back trackside, you didn't miss any of the action live here tonight with the Cyber Thunder split screen side by side. Commercial break there. You can see Evan Coleman. He's keeping that 98 up there at the top of the speed charts. He had the fastest pit stop. He was able to keep Coleridge Finmore behind him. Now we've got our fifth lead change, looking for the sixth. Three different race leaders so far here tonight, all swapping it up amongst themselves. Finmore on the outside. He was able to take that race lead back once again, looking to power around the outside. And Finmore will indeed lead that lap once again, looking to the bottom of the speedway. He'll drop down to the bottom now, looking around the outside. Here comes that 73 of Bryson Clark, moving himself just a little bit closer to the front of the field. Clark gonna sit in the second spot, now 2 positions up from where he started tonight's race. Now Chris Dean looks to make a pass. He's gonna jump to the inside on Coleman. They're gonna get even through the center of 1 and 2. Got to be careful putting the power down on the exit. Dean able to put the power down. He'll pull side by side on entry to 3. Oh! Coleman gets loose. Dean goes around. Coleman goes around. Caution flag flies. Oh! More drivers pile in. Oh my goodness. Drivers through the grass trying to save it. Oh my gosh. Not sure who that was. I believe that was the 27 of Jay Morris. Man, did he save that thing. We'll take a look back here, see how it all went down with Dean and Coleman. Man, that was pretty tough. Looked like a few drivers got caught up in that one. There you can see almost synchronized spinning and piling in right there, the 19. Nowhere to go. Jeff Sharp hard contact, and that very well may end Sharp's night here tonight. Looks like Dean and Coleman got away fairly clean there, except for a little bit of that contact that's going to end the 19's night. So with that being said, we'll jump back live at the front of this field once again with your race leader. There you can see Coleridge Fenmore back behind the pace truck. Not sure if these drivers are going to come down pit road, as they were just down on pit road back on lap number 77, so just about 10 laps ago. So will that be enough to pull any of the drivers down once pit road opens this time around? We'll have to wait and see. Do want to take this time while we do have a moment, closing in on lap number 90 out of the 150 scheduled in tonight's official race distance for the Virginia's for Lovers 150 right here in the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. Want to take a little look, visit some of the drivers that have been to victory lane so far this season. Randy McCanney. Let's see, McCanney not here at the track tonight, so McCanney gonna lose a little bit of ground through the timing and or through the point standings, I should say. McCanney last week's or 2 weeks ago went to victory lane. Frank DiMaggio also going to victory lane, that 95, sitting 17 spots in front of where he started tonight's race, all the way back in the 24th position, now sitting right there inside the top 10 in the 7th spot. There you can see that DuPont rainbow painted 95 of DiMaggio sitting back there, as I said, in 7th. DiMaggio victory lane in the season opener at Daytona. Then we seen Randy McCanney kind of dominate race number 2 last week. Man, leading tonight's race, man, that took the pole position. Man, that walked away with the fastest time in happy hour. Coleridge Fenmore looking to dominate here tonight, and Fenmore beginning to knock on the door of being able to claim the most laps led award here tonight as well. So Fenmore doing it right there at the front of this field in that one machine. And once again, want to take this time to recognize and give a big time shout out to our title series sponsor here in Cyber Thunder Racing Leagues for the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. That's right, helping vets 2 wheels at a time. Wheels for Warriors USA, headquartered out of Lincoln, Nebraska, kind of centrally located in the country, so they can partner with any veteran motorcycle organization across the country with fairly much ease, able to get to either coast and collect donations, do special little programs and things of that nature, charity events, all different types of stuff going on over there at Wheels for Warriors. And if you're looking for a way to try to help the cause or even just outright donate, you can head on down to the description right there beneath the video. Find the link and head on over to Wheels for Warriors USA. That's www.w4wusa.org. Check on out Wheels for Warriors USA, helping vets 2 wheels at a time. Chevy Silverado pace truck gonna duck off. We'll fire things back off once again. Field in the hands of your race leader. Fenmore gonna hit the gas, and green flag flies once again here from Richmond Raceway, race number 4. Already well over halfway in the books. Drivers continuing to try to make their way to the front of this field. Big time wiggle there by the 88 just in front of Frank DiMaggio. He's going to have to deal with the 12 of Mike Grandy Sr. Mike up inside the top 10 here tonight for the first time since the start of tonight's race. So Grandy slowly but surely moving the right direction. New race leader. Once again, we have now had 4 different race leaders as Bryson Clark takes the lead for the first time here tonight. Ken, the 73, scoot away. As that battle begins to calm down just a little bit, we're going to take a look back here with this battle still side by side for multiple positions all over this raceway. There you can see the 41 of John Dykeman. He's got Christine Biljet and all lined up behind him. Just behind Dean, you can find Frank DiMaggio. There's DiMaggio right there on screen. More drivers side by side back through this pack as well. Eric Moyer, big trouble on the front stretch. DiMaggio involved. Oh my goodness. Bill Jett also caught up in this one. Multiple drivers involved. There you can see DiMaggio doesn't look too worse for the wear, but there you can see heavy impact, heavy damage on that driver's side for the 28. So we'll jump back and see how it all went down there. You can see just not quite clear was the 41. Looks like 41 sliding up the track just a little bit before he was clear. Chris Dean involved as well, and there you go. There's the tap by DiMaggio. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Almost into the outside wall, then almost into Cole Gray as well. What a ride there by DiMaggio. My goodness, that was a crazy little ride. We'll take a look here, see if we can't get you an in-car view on DiMaggio. There you can see it. There's the contact. Outside wall coming, drivers going around him all over the place. Whew, talking about hornet's nest. My goodness. DiMaggio, though, displaying some fine skills, able to keep that car pretty much out of some trouble. There you can see a little bit of slight damage to the rear end of that 95. Nonetheless, we will jump back up front with your race leader, Bryson Clark, in the 73, able to take the lead on that latest restart. Caution number 4 on the night here from Richmond Raceway, and we have hit a couple quick little cautions here. Drivers getting a little antsy, if you will. Looks like the laps, they are clicking off. Just about 53 laps remaining here tonight, so drivers know that it's getting time to go. It's time to stop giving and time to take all you can, and especially on these restarts. So look for another little bit of a crazy start here as the drivers cross the line to begin lap number 99 out of the 150 scheduled in tonight's official race distance for race number 4 this season for the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. And as we find ourselves back under caution once again, if you haven't already, race fans, throw these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Darkside Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by, whether you're just sliding through to say, hey, what's up, or you are the dedicated fan, friend, or family. We do appreciate you each and every time you stop by. With that being said, as I've said, if you haven't already, throw these drivers a thumbs up. And while you're at it, while you're doing that, scroll on down through the description, click the link, and head on over to the Wheels for Warriors USA. Check out all the great things that entire organization does over there for all of the veterans out there across the country. Looking for a way, looking for some information on how you might be able to help. Well, you can sponsor, whether you're a business or just a regular individual. Wheels for Warriors USA willing to work with basically anybody, really. If you have a new or used bike, or you're a small time dealer, maybe a little private motorcycle shop, group of guys that just like working on some bikes. They're willing to work with you all, no matter what you've got, whether it's apparel, gloves, helmets, things of that nature, or even just parts and pieces. These guys are willing to take anything that they can get their hands on, and anything that you can help them with also goes directly to help the veterans in need and the at-risk veterans as well. So head on down in the description, click the link, and head on over to the Wheels for Warriors USA website. You can find all the information right down there in the description and right over on their website. Head on over to www.w4wusa.org. Chevy Silverado pace truck ready to duck on off one more time. Bryson Clark ready to bring the field back to the green flag. They're going to work their way to the restart box, and green flag flies as Clark hits the loud pedal, away we go. Back into turn number 1. There goes Clark on the inside. Finmore stuck to the outside. Tom Richter making his appearance inside the top 5 for the first time here tonight. Up 5 spots from where he started tonight's race, sitting now in the 4th position as Bryson Clark still hot and heavy battle for the top spot. Finmore way out next to that outside wall. Not able to get the job done just yet. We'll check back in with this one. This is a hot and heavy battle for that top spot. Will we have yet another lead change? Finmore trying to high side hustle. Contact in the back of the field. There goes the 5 in the outside wall. Bob Rogerson involved. More drivers going around. The 78 involved. My goodness, a lot of drivers caught up in this one. Caution flag flies once again here from Richmond Raceway. We'll take a look back here on lap number, I believe it is 104, when it all went down, when it all happened. We'll take a look back here with Bob Rogerson. There you can see 2-3 wide looking now back double file. 78 gets a little bit pushy up the track. There you see the 5 with some trouble up into the 78. More drivers piling in. The 92 caught up. The 27 involved. Oh my goodness. Multiple guys caught up and involved in this one. Tyler Beeman, Bob Rogerson also involved in this one. Eric Moyer, Jay Morris, they're also caught up involved with it. 78 now missing that front clip as more drivers head to pit road. There you can see the wounded 78 machine heading down for some service and maybe even looking for some parts and pieces for himself. That's going to bring us under caution for the 5th time of the evening here tonight from Richmond Raceway. Looks like your top 18 have all stayed out on track, but what will they do this time by? Will anybody go ahead and come to pit road? Last on to pit road, back on lap number 77. And no, looks like all the drivers going to stay out on track, so all your lead lap cars, or all the drivers not involved in that latest incident, I should say, going to stay out on the track. That's going to leave us with right about 20 drivers or so left on the lead lap, so multiple drivers out there with some trouble here tonight. And let's go ahead and do a little bit of house cleaning if we can. 33 drivers took to tonight's starting grid. We have still got, looks like, upwards of 26 drivers out there on the track, with quite a few being down and off the pace. There you can see the ticker at the top of the screen highlighting some of those drivers with some trouble. And how about that 14 of Crank Bell? Man, falling from grace here tonight. That 14 was running strong, started all the way almost inside the top 10, started back in the 11th spot, and he's going to finish tonight's race all the way back in the 31st spot. So a big slide through the field here tonight, and that's going to definitely affect the point standings moving into race number 5 next week at Nashville. That's right. Yeah, you heard it here first. These Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series drivers going to head to Nashville Fairgrounds for some crazy short track action next Thursday night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, your home for Cyber Thunder Racing League on iRacing.com, the world's #1 racing simulator. Hot and heavy battle at the front there on that latest restart. Coleridge Finmore had a little bit of an advantage, had just about a nose over Bryson Clark when that caution flag flew. So Finmore gonna go back to the top spot, as it does look like those Chevy Silverado pace truck lights have went out. We are set to go back green flag racing, this time by in field. Well, race fans, the field, they've got to go here. We've seen a rash of cautions, some quick cautions back to back, about 3 of them pretty much within a handful of laps, about 5 laps of the restart. And we're gonna see that intensity continue. We're gonna see a business pick up more and more as we get closer and closer to the finish of tonight's race. Just about 43 laps remaining as the pace truck ducks off. We're ready to go back green flag racing once again here from Richmond Raceway, and on the gas, green flag flies. Coleridge Finmore nails the gas, away he goes. Looks like we do have a few drivers out there with a little bit of trouble here. My goodness. Bryson Clark able to take that top spot away. All these drivers fanning out all over the place, nose to tail. And there is some trouble out here for some of these drivers. Not quite sure what the deal is with that one. There you go. Looks like we do have some of these drivers out here with a little bit of connection issues. We're going to try to find things out on our end as well. Make sure nothing's unplugged or not going the right direction. Everything seems to be okay on our end, so we'll continue to soldier on here tonight. Bryson Clark, top of the speed charts right now, leading tonight's race. There you can see Clark at the front of this field at 73, leading the entire field so far here tonight. And it looks like not just myself, but hearing on the race chat, looks like maybe the server going through a little bit of trouble here tonight. And it looks like multiple drivers getting caught up with some issues right now, as well as ourselves. So it looks like servers having a little bit of trouble here on iRacing. Well, you know, it's the internet. Sometimes things like that happen. So we'll try to keep that ironed out, try to get that straightened out for you here as we continue this green flag run after this latest restart tonight. Gonna go ahead and head around the track to a couple battles. There you can see the two of Chris Dean. He's slowly closing in on the Ford Mustang piloted by John Dykeman. Dykeman sitting just inside your top five right there, running in the 5th position right behind Tom Richter. Richter taking his 34 machine up 5 spots from where he started tonight's race, all the way back in the 9th position now, running in the 4th spot. Chris Wold making things happen on the high side, hustling that 32 Mountain Dew Game Fuel machine, heading towards the front. Wold sitting in the 10th spot in a hot and heavy 3-way battle. Just behind him, David Rogerson, Bradley Beeman, and Mike Grandley battle for the 11th position on track, with Grandy and DiMaggio nose to tail. David Gainforth, he's going to make his way on the scene. Still a very close battle right here just outside of your top 10. That is a battle from, well, right at that 10th spot, being controlled by Chris Wold. There you can see him right there as David Rogerson looks to the inside. Or I apologize, that's Justin Gross, Mike Grandy Sr. right there just in front of Chris Wold. And Grandy Sr. able to use that inside lane, that Pennzoil shell. Z01 Camaro looks pretty sweet. I like that black and yellow with the red numbers. That is looking pretty sweet. Justin Gross with a great run so far here tonight as well. Gross sitting just inside your top 10, running in the 9th spot. He's up 18 spots from where he started tonight's race, so a big time gain in run up through the field for this 99 with the Virginia's for Lovers sponsorship on that Chevy Z01 Camaro. So big time shout out there to Justin out there on the track, running very well here tonight. Not much going on at the front of the field. 0.6 of a second separates this man right here. Back to his closest competition. Coors Fenimore has pretty much dominated tonight's race, but falling to the wayside here late in the going. And Kyle Jett, look at this 42 machine. He has found his way up inside the podium spots, now hounding Fenimore for the 2nd spot. And as these two drivers get a little bit closer and get to mixing things up, that's going to play right into the hands of Bryson Clark. That's going to allow him to step away just a little bit, but will it be enough to let Richter, Dykeman, or even Dean close in and have ourselves a 3 or 4 car battle for those final 2 or 1 a podium spot by the end of tonight's race. We'll have to wait and see how it all plays out, because we are now down to under 30 laps to go here from Richmond Raceway in the Virginia's for Lovers 150 in the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Gonna jump back to this battle right here because Chris Dean is all over that 41 of John Dykman. Dykman doing all he can to try to stay inside the top 5, and I tell you what, we'll jump back now. Why don't we go on board inside the cockpit with the driver of that 2 machine. There you can see onboard camera shot right here with Christine sitting in oh my goodness, sitting in the 6th position, and oh, look at that 41 sideways on entry to 3. Dean sitting in 6th, looking for more. Multiple battles all over the track. We'll check in with this one back here, back through the rear of this field. There you can see a look back from the 95 of Frank DiMaggio. Heavily damaged rear end. You can see the spoiler all crinkled up and some of it cracked off of the back end of this race car. There you can see the 52 of Brett Edwards. He's got a little bit of damage as well. His Toyota Camry, not the best shape. Do want to take a moment to say thank you to each and every one of you for tuning in here tonight. And if you haven't already, toss these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right hand side. You get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, and keep it marked on your calendars and on your schedules. Each and every Thursday night live right here, 7:55 p.m. Eastern Time. You can find yourself some great racing action with the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Side-by-side battle now with Chris Wold and Edwards. They get that kind of sorted out, but there you can see just behind them Brian Dorsey and Dave Gainforth. They're battling side-by-side as well, 16th and 17th on the track. Dorsey, Gainforth, flip-flopping, switch-swatching that 16th position on track. Christine able to take that 5th spot away. Now Dykman gonna reclaim it. And there you can see that 28 machine heavily damaged out there tonight, but Bill Jett continues to soldier on. The Halvoline machine, after hard contact, he's able to make his way back up through the field, and Jett now sitting right where he started tonight's race, sitting in the 15th position. Back at the front of the field, we'll check in with your race leader. Bryson Clark, 1 second in advantage over these 2 drivers right here, front and center on your screen. Coleridge Fenimore, Kyle Jett, they continue to run right about 3/10 of a second off of each other, 2nd and 3rd on the track. Tom Richter not really able to close the distance just yet, so that Cheerios Hamburger Helper, Pillsbury Chevy ZL1 Camaro just doesn't seem to have the power that he needs late in the run here to try to go up there and battle for one of those final podium spots. Looking for some more battles, we'll jump back to this one as it continues to rage on. The 52 of Brett Edwards has Brian Dorsey, David Rogerson, Bill Jett all lined up with him. There you can see the 3 of Cole Gray. Gray struggling a little bit here tonight, down 1 spot from where he started tonight's race, sitting in the 17th position now, looking to try to see if he can't gain 1 or 2 spots here late in the going. But keep in mind, we have, under our last few races here, race trends tend to say we have seen a caution flag fly inside of 10 laps to go. 3 of our last 5 races here at Richmond Raceway. So will we see that late race caution once again, or will we get a longer green flag run to the end? Multiple drivers down on the pit road back on lap 106, so that was right around 49 laps left to go. Multiple drivers last time they were on pit road back at lap 77. Do they have enough to get to the end? I do not know if your race leaders have enough fuel in the tanks to get to the end. They very well may need to come to pit road for a splash here, so we'll continue to watch the front of this field as Bryson Clark continues to pick them up, put them down, and lay them down. Drivers falling to the wayside. Jerry Isaacs gonna fall off the lead lap here late in the going as Clark continues to try to put drivers down. And as we're under the 15 lap to go mark, gonna do a little house cleaning once again here tonight. We started tonight's race with 33. Oh my goodness, the 42 super loose. He's gonna lose a ton of time. Kyle Jett gonna fall right into the clutches of Tom Richter. We'll watch that as we talk about some of the house cleaning. Looks like we've had about 6 drivers fall victim to some race incidents here tonight. So 6 drivers gonna be scored out of tonight's race. That's going to leave 27 drivers on the track with only 23 drivers left on the lead lap. And there you can see the vast number of names, big names, with some trouble here tonight with some pretty rough goes, some pretty rough finishes, and drivers going to have to prepare themselves for some more battle next week right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network for the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series as they hit Nashville Fairgrounds. And we're going to see some hot and heavy battles. Once again, here you can see that 34 of Richter. Can he put that 34 machine back into a podium spot and visit us in post-race interviews for back-to-back race weekends? We'll have to wait and see if he's able to do so. Big time moment and big wiggle there by the 34. He's going to lose a little bit of time to Kyle Jett, who's still running in that 3rd spot. Nothing to see up at the front of this field. There you can see Bryson Clark with almost a 2-second advantage over Coleridge Finmore. Finmore does walk away with the most laps led award, but not really looking like he's going to be able to take that checkered flag back-to-back race weekends. So tough break there. Finmore pretty much grabbing everything here tonight. Was the fastest in happy hour, fastest in qualifying, led the most laps, but looks like he very well may be the bridesmaid here tonight. Looks like Finmore not going to have enough time to try to run back down Clark. As Bryson Clark makes his way through the back markers, he's going to have to be smart here and try to utilize the little bit of gap that he has to his advantage. Be a little bit smart, a little more methodical, trying to make his way through some of the back markers. We'll check out this little battle going on the track. The 91 of Tyler Beeman. He takes a spot away from Brett Edwards. That's for the 18th spot on track. Beeman up 12 spots from where he started tonight's race, all the way back in the 30th position. So although it's still outside of the top 15, still a very good race for Beeman, able to move up through the field quite a bit. And here you can see another 3-car battle going on. Bradley Beeman, Justin Groves just out in front of these guys. Beeman, Dorsey, and Wold nose to tail. Go ahead and throw David Rogerson in that 37 machine into the mix as well. The Boston Bruins sponsored Chevy ZL1 Camaro. There you can see him just behind that 28. The Baja Blast Raise Energy Machine, piloted by Bradley Beeman. Man, I tell you what, Beeman's got that machine painted up, looking pretty sweet, and I would say that's probably the closest I've seen to any Raise Energy drink can car out there. That is a spot-on color. High five for your race leader, last time Bryson Clark. Gonna get the 5 to go now for as they cross the line. Oh, big trouble just in front of your race leaders. Oh my goodness, that could have ended up very, very bad. Looks like everybody sorts that out. Everybody gets some, gets a little bit of a breathing moment there. And your race leader, Bryson Clark, seen the smoke and was thinking to himself, oh no. Not here, not now. Able to make his way by 3 laps now remaining in tonight's Virginia's for Lovers 150. Popsicle sticks on display. Bryson Clark, 2 laps to go. He enjoys a 1.5 second race advantage over Coleridge. Finmore has a little bit of time over Kyle Jet and Richter battling for that third and final podium spot. And Kyle Jet with some trouble. Jet gonna lose 2 spots. He's gonna drop even more. White flag flies. Final lap for your race leader, Bryson Clark, down into turn 1. Out of turn 2 for the final time. He'll head down the backstretch into turn 3. Gets through no problems. Gonna make his way off of turn 4. Checkered flag in the air. Capture the flag. Your race winner, Bryson Clark, walking away with that top spot. Heavy battling going on still as Dykeman, DiMaggio, and Grandy, they all fight it out for spots just inside your top 10. As what a run there at the end for that man on the screen, getting the job done late in the going, making the pass and keeping it at the front of this field. Man, what a run by the RST Timber Works. The sponsored Chevy ZL1 Camaro. Man, what a run as Clark enjoys a little bit of celebrations here tonight. Man, what a run that was. Well, we're going to step away for just a brief commercial break, race fans. Get things set up for your post-race interview, so don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
iRacing, you wanted the best. You got them 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Back live trackside after another great race here for the Wheels 4 Warriors Pro Cup Series. Man, oh man, what a night of racing we had here tonight, race fans. I tell you what, it was a fine night out there by a lot of drivers. But let's go ahead and run down some of the official business. Let's see if we can't talk to a few of your podium drivers here tonight. Let's see if we can't run down and grab a quick word with the driver that walked away third here tonight. Kyle Jett inside that 42. It's Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, Dave.
Hey, man. How you doing? How you feeling after a good, solid run here tonight?
Pretty good. I didn't qualify the best, but, top 3 at the end. I guess long runs pay off.
I was going to say, well, I mean, qualifying, yeah, you get some points for there, but the big payday at the end of tonight, at the end of the race. So, I mean, hey, I wouldn't be very upset with not the best qualifying result.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, top 10 qualifying's subpar for me. I usually, especially short tracks, I definitely like to try and qualify as close to the front as I can just because I know how important it is here. But it seemed like a little bit of luck and a couple of wrecks that kind of went my way, and then just staying smooth and consistent on the long runs really helped do it.
Well, Kyle, man, you mentioned the short tracks kind of being somewhat of a struggle for you. Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we head to another battleground. We head to Nashville Fairgrounds next week, another short track on the schedule here. How do you think the 42 and yourself and the entire crew is going to fare when we hit the track next week?
I have no idea. I've never raced there, to be honest with you. I don't know. I'll have to hit by on that track and spin some laps and see how I can do.
Absolutely. Well, Kyle, man, we do appreciate you taking some time here before stepping over to sign some autographs for the fans and things of that nature. So before we let you go and get to your other race obligations, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody on the side of that Toyota Camry?
I'd like to thank you for putting on these awesome broadcasts. It's awesome to watch. I always go back and rewatch them, watch all the action throughout the entire field, and just watching everyone battle in this league. It's awesome content. Got to thank my teammates, Bill, Zach, and Dalton for sticking with us and helping me with certain things and trying to just better our team all together. And Wheels for Warriors USA, obviously, for sponsoring us. And, I mean, the things they do are incredible for vets. And everyone, if you can, go check them out. They're just awesome people. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, Kyle, my man. Well, again, man, congratulations on a great finish here tonight, walking away third on the track. And we'll see if we can't catch up with you again maybe next week or a little bit later on throughout the year.
Forward to it. Thanks.
There you have it. Final few words from the man that finished in the third spot, and we don't have to go very far on the track to find that driver that finished in the second position. There you can see him from Underdog Racing. Let's see if we can't catch in and grab a few words with the driver that walked away second on the track here tonight. Fenimore's Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
10-4, I got you.
Hey, man, that's 2 weeks in a row, maybe even 3 in the post-race interviews. How you feeling after another solid run here tonight?
Long 50 laps tonight. Took a lot of effort getting around this track.
Absolutely, man. Well, you seem to have the field covered for a vast majority of tonight's race. Walk us through a little bit of the after you lost the lead there to Bryson on one of those caution laps. What was the mind state from that point on?
I thought I was going to be able to try and pick myself back up. It seemed like that outside lane on restarts just had a huge momentum compared to the inside line. And when Bryson got by me, I was trying to regroup and push back towards him, but it just seemed like I was pushing too hard and I was losing more time than gaining. So it got to a point where we were both running pretty much the same lap. So it was hard to make up time on pretty much the same speed.
Absolutely. Well, you were pretty dominant here tonight at a short track. We head to another short track next week, Nashville Fairgrounds. So am I correct for thinking that we should see this one running strong once again next week?
I hope so. I hope we can keep this momentum going. It's been big momentum the last couple of weeks, so hope to keep it in the same position and maybe even gain one more next week.
All right, my man. Well, it says you like going fast, and you've been going fast over the past couple weeks here. So congratulations on yet another podium spot. You're going to increase your points lead when it's all said and done in the championship point standing. So, Cool Ridge, again, congratulations on another fine podium run here tonight. But before we let you go, you want to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody on the side of that one machine?
As always, I want to thank you for the broadcast. I want to thank Wheels for Warriors USA for putting this on. Cyber Thunder, without them, we wouldn't be able to come out here and put on shows. I want to thank my team, Underdog, and my family and friends.
All right, my man. Well, we'll look forward to catching up with you a little bit later on throughout the year. There you have it. Final words from last week's race winner. Not able to duplicate the finish, but very, very close. Courage Fenimore going to walk away from the track here tonight in the Virginia Sephora Lovers 150 in the second spot. And, well, we'll go ahead and highlight the man of the moment, the man of the hour, knocking down the doors and taking the win here tonight, the 73 of Bryson Clark. It's Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, you came into tonight's race outside of the top 10 in points, but now you're pretty much going to move your way, I would believe, somewhere solidly inside of that top 10 in the point standings. How you doing? How you feeling after a fine run?
Well, I mean, it's been 2 weeks I've had 2 decent runs. I finally decided to start qualifying and stop hanging out in the back. That's what's killing me. I think after like the second race, I was like 32nd in points. So, yeah, it was good to finally qualify and run up front for a little bit. I mean, it gets a little boring on the long green runs, but it's, good in the end.
Well, you mentioned, you quit starting from towards the back of the field. With these fields being so big, upwards of 30 drivers week in and week out, is that what makes the struggle so hard to come from the back to the front, or is it that in the caliber of drivers that we're racing with?
I mean, we got a lot of good drivers in here. I think, the green flag runs don't help because, obviously, like tracks like this where you get on, 30, 40 lap tires and you can't really pass unless you're going to move someone. So yeah, that plays in. I think the fuel load in the cars are a little bit too much because we can pretty much make every race on a one stop. So I'd like to see it'd be cool to have some actual green flag trucks or pit stops like we do in the truck series. But yeah, depending on people, it's definitely tough.
Well, Bryson, you mentioned when the tires get kind of worn here at this short track, Richmond Raceway, not really able to make a lot of passes unless you're going to be really aggressive, maybe even put the bumper to somebody. With us visiting another short track next week, Nashville Fairgrounds, before we head to the first road course of the season, Sonoma Raceway, what's your thoughts moving forward on those 2 races?
Well, I'm definitely qualifying for both, especially Nashville. That's going to be, especially if we have 30 cars. You're already starting half a lap behind off the start, so it's going to be, if we go green, it's going to be almost impossible to even make that up. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I like short tracks. Richmond's probably one of my favorite tracks, so it's good to actually get a win on it. I haven't raced Nashville too much, but it's, we'll see. I don't know. It's a short track. Anything can happen.
I hear you. And anything and everything can happen at short tracks that are almost crapshoots. Not quite as much as the restrictor plate races that we have, but still some toss-ups here and there. But Bryson, man, heck of a run for you. You were able to take the top spot late in tonight's race and able to keep a hold of it, keep the field behind you. So congratulations on your first win of the season. And with that, we'll go ahead and hand over the mic, let you give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody on that side of that 73.
Yeah, hopefully I can have some more interviews with you coming up. RSC Timberworks, obviously they're on the car, pretty much blasted everywhere. They've been on for 2 seasons now. Wheels for Warriors sponsoring the series, got them on the car too. And you guys for broadcasting, and then Longshot. I think this is our first one of the season, so that's good for them.
Well, getting the job done for the team as well as for your own race team right here with the 73, Bryson. So, again, man, congratulations on the first race win of the season. We look forward to talking to you multiple times throughout this long season here. So, with that being said, man, go enjoy the champagne, kiss the trophy girls, and yeah, we'll try to catch up with you at Nashville.
Will do. I got a Coors Light trip headed up right now.
All right, we'll catch up with you next week, my man.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, there you go. Final parting words from your race winner, Bryson Clark. And he has, he's got a very good point. A lot of cars in this field here, in every race so far this season. So a lot of ground to make up when you don't qualify well or you don't qualify at all. Bryson Clark switching gears, going out there, qualifying the past 2 races and walking away with 2 very good finishes. Walking away tonight with the first win of the season for that 73. So heck of a job there by Clark, able to take that top spot away from Coolidge Fenimore late in the going. And well, not very much left to do here tonight from the track except begin to roll things up and get set to head a little bit further down south here from Richmond. We're going to head down to Nashville for a great race next week. So look for that on the upcoming schedule. Going to be yet another fine run, and it looks like producers hitting those buttons. You know what that sound means. It's time to run down tonight's unofficial race results for the Virginia's For Lovers 150 here in the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. Walking away with that top spot, the Long Shot Motorsports driver puts not just himself, but his team into victory lane for the first time here tonight. The 73 of Bryson Clark walks away with the checkered flag. Last week's race winner, Coolidge Fenimore, gonna finish in second, while Kyle Jett rounds out your top 3. Tom Richter with almost a podium finish here, back-to-back race weekends. Richter gonna finish in 4th. Chris Dean gonna pilot his 2 machine into the 5th spot, while John Teichman finishes in 6th. 95 of Frank DiMaggio gonna walk away from the track here tonight in 7th, with Mike Grandy Sr. in 8th. Chris Daniel finishes in 9th, and rounding out your top 10, the 99 of Justin Groves. Bradley Beeman gonna finish in 11th, while Brian Dorsey walks away in 12th. David Rogerson gonna pilot his 37 machine home to 13th finishing spot. The 28 of Bill Jett gonna walk away 14th. 15th place goes to Cole Gray, while Dave Gainforth brings his 101 home in the 16th position. Chris Wold falling through the field late in the going, he'll walk away in 17th, while 18th goes to the 91 out of Mad Sim Racing, Tyler Beeman. 19th on the track here tonight, the 5 of Eric Moyer, with Robert Gregory rounding out your top 20. The 43 of Eric Anderson gonna walk away in 21st. Dalton Carter back in 22nd. 23rd goes to Brett Edwards, while Jay Morris walks away in 24th. Jerry Isaacs finishes 2 laps down, back in the 25th position. The 21 of Mark Schrader gonna walk away in 26th, piloting his 78 home in the 27th spot here tonight, Bob Rogerson. The 19 of Jeff Sharp had some trouble very early. He's going to finish 63 laps down, back in the 28th position. 29th goes to Evan Coleman. Zach Shahalis going to finish back in 30th. Paul Turner walks away from the track here tonight in 31st. And Crank Bell with some big trouble, some technical issues, having to pull back behind pit wall very early. He'll finish tonight in 32nd. Patrick Stein will round out the field back in the 33rd position, the 89 out of tonight's race very early. He'll be scored 119 laps down. And well, that's it. Not much left to do, not much left to say, but if you haven't already, throw these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Darkside Dave in the cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 Racing headquarters, we do appreciate you each and every time you stop by. Whether you're just sliding through or you are the dedicated fan, friend, or family, we appreciate each and every one of you each and every time you stop by. And if you haven't already, toss these drivers a thumbs up, scroll through the description, click the link, head on over there to the Wheels for Warriors USA website. Check them on out. Big time shout out to everybody back behind the scenes over there at Wheels for Warriors USA, doing some great things, helping vets 2 wheels at a time. And with that being said, race fans, stay safe, stay loved. Until next time, we'll see ya. We'll meet ya in turn 3.